With some of the booking as of late, fans are wondering if Vince McMahon is in fact in charge of WWE's creative. I'm going to weigh in on that in today's video because we have tons of stuff to talk about. And of course, we have a variety of other news stories that cover AEW and WWE as well as NXT. So if you guys want more videos like this, you already know what to do. I want to jump right into it. I want to talk about Sol Ruca. Yeah, so obviously somebody we've talked about on this channel before, but now there's a lot of talk about Sol Ruca, and especially as of late, it makes a lot of sense. She is definitely becoming a star. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer was actually talking about this, and he noted that WWE officials are high on Sol Ruca, and I mean, that's not really shocking, right? I think a lot of people who watch NXT and see what this girl is doing understands that she is a really fantastic worker, and she's been doing this for such a short period of time. I don't think it really takes Dave Meltzer to come out and talk about this publicly for us to realize that WWE has a lot of potential with Sol Ruca. I got to admit, when I first saw the gimmick, I wasn't too fond of it. I didn't care for the whole surfer girl type thing, but this is just one of those things where being naturally skilled kind of outweighs the gimmick. Nonetheless, WWE is reportedly high on her. I don't know if she's going to get a call up to the main roster, but this is a talent that you're definitely going to want to watch out for in the future because I don't see her staying in NXT too long. I see WWE within a year putting her on the main roster, which would be pretty impressive because she's only been in NXT for about 5 or 6 months. So that is definitely something to keep in mind of, obviously, going forward. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about Tainara Mello. You guys remember her. Some of you guys remember her as Ty Conti, Ty Mello, or Sammy Guevara's new wife. Nonetheless, she's actually not cleared. And there's been a lot of talk about this on social media. A lot of people were kind of confused as to what was going on with her and her position within the company. She was recently in a podcast. It's a show called Elite POV. And she actually stated that she's been dealing with a protrusion on her back for several years. And it started acting up right before the street fight. And then it turns out that she's not cleared by the medical team moving forward. So there is obviously nothing to worry about here. She's been she was very firm on the fact that, you know, she's not cleared for right now. She will be cleared soon. She was obviously pulled from TV because the doctors are trying to obviously hold her back a little bit from further damage, further issues. She was told that she's going to be cleared in a couple of weeks and then she'll be fine. The reason why I want to talk about this, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about Ty Mello, but I think she's actually, when you look at what she did in NXT and when you look at what she's done in AEW, she has been far more impressive in AEW. And that's what happens when you're truly given an opportunity to shine. You're definitely going to try to take advantage of it. And that's exactly what she's done. I'm not saying the gimmick is great. I'm not saying I enjoy watching her and Sammy Guevara on TV. But I'm saying in terms of personal development, I think she's a great example of somebody who left WWE, barely got utilized in WWE. Perhaps WWE didn't know what to do with her. Then she went to AEW. And yeah, she's not winning championships and stuff like that. She's not the AEW Women's Champion or TBS Champion or anything like that. But she has been able to show so much improvement that I think a lot of people are behind the idea of her eventually getting a push. I think gimmick is everything. I think storytelling is everything. I would like to see AEW do something cool with her when she comes back. Whether it's babyface or heel, I don't think it really matters. But obviously being pulled from TV for health concerns, it's important that you're healthy. Then the rest of it can matter. So I'm in the situation, I'm under the belief where I think Ty Mello, great talent, a lot of improvement. She's not been cleared to wrestle. It doesn't look like it's any sort of career scare. Like there's no scares of her being away permanently. So I would just say that, like, you know, when things like this happen in AEW and people get pulled from television, you know, it's best that they take care of their health first, move on, get better, and then come back to TV. What I would do, especially just looking at how everything is right now with Jamie Hayter, Ruby Soho, Willow Nightingale, and everything like that, I would also not be opposed to the idea of Ty Mello being moved to Ring of Honor, being part of the ROH women's division, and actually like a big part of the ROH women's division. Not a bad idea in the meantime, because obviously AEW's main television time is a little bit too crowded. But I like this. I like her. I think she's great, and can't wait to see what's next. Guys, I know we've talked about Naomi several times. Obviously, it gets kind of annoying even talking about this, but of course, people want updates, and my job is to bring you guys updates along the way. Naomi is actually injured. Yeah, this was really strange. So, Ariane Andrew, you guys remember her, obviously former WWE superstar. She was talking about this. She was doing a virtual signing for Golden Ring Collectibles, and she was talking about Trinity Fatu, aka Naomi. And she said that she's actually currently recovering from a shoulder surgery. So basically, here's the thing. A lot of people have been wondering, when the hell is Naomi coming back to WWE? If you want to see Naomi in WWE, you're going to have to wait. Now, it's strange because obviously this wasn't publicly revealed. This wasn't stated publicly by Naomi. But obviously, Ariane Andrew, one of her best friends, like, obviously, I think it's safe to say with this coming out, I think it's one of those things where when it happens, it happens. This is why WWE hasn't brought her back. This is why we're still waiting to see what happens. It's kind of annoying that maybe, we have to find out this way, but this is the reason why. And I think Naomi's a hell of a talent. I think she's really, really good. I can't wait to see when she returns. Being injured, I don't like injury stories. I don't like talking about wrestlers being injured, obviously, because I just think there's more to life than wrestling, obviously, so health comes first. Shoulder surgery, we saw what's going on with Ty Mello earlier in the video. I just want to make it very clear that, like, when it comes to injuries and when it comes to wrestlers, health obviously is number one. And I know sometimes we kind of talk about it on video and Discord and Twitter and stuff. It's like, man, like Naomi should be doing this. Naomi should be on TV. Naomi should be in the biggest storyline. Naomi should go to AEW. She should go to wrestling. She should go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And while those all sound like great ideas, the first and foremost thing, the thing that's actually the most important is that she's healthy. So that way, when she does come back, there's no issues, no injury scares that could potentially end her career. So it looks like Trinity Fatu still potentially coming back to WWE. It just looks like right now she's got to heal up from her injury, which brings us to the final part of this video. Vince McMahon and WWE creative. It's tough. There's a lot of mixed reports. There's a lot of bullshit on Twitter. There's a lot of things that are being said all over the internet about Triple H running WWE. And a lot of this stems from WWE booking Omos versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and Bray Wyatt versus Lashley. Now, here's the thing. I'm not in the backstage WWE area. I'm not in the offices or the headquarters with Vince McMahon and Triple H or anything like that. And I don't want to necessarily speculate on who's running WWE creative. I still feel like you can watch WWE, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT and see whose hands are on which show. With that being said, Vince McMahon is back in the company, whether we like it or not. This idea that Vince McMahon is running WWE creative is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Nick Khan said that WWE has plans to sell, and it looks like it's going to be obviously a relatively quick process. A lot of people believe that it's going to happen within 3 months. That right there will be the biggest thing that I think will tell all. It will be very revealing to see what happens at that moment in time. But nonetheless, this is just kind of the way it is. We could sit here and speculate, but if WWE has plans to sell in the next 3 months, I don't think we'll ever see an announcement of some sort that Vince McMahon is running WWE creative. I have to give Omos versus Lesnar a chance. I feel like there is something there. Maybe the new Hurt Business and Wyatt family, maybe there's something there. I don't know what the story is. I don't know what the hell WWE is planning here. I understand why it's a very, very, very controversial booking decision, and I can understand why people think it's Vince McMahon. I just don't think Vince is actually running WWE creative. And I don't think it would make sense for WWE to have Vince McMahon run creative at all if you're really trying to sell the company, especially when it's been reported that multiple media companies have decided not to pursue WWE. I mean, and that's all internet jargon. That's all bullshit that people are talking about. Oh, companies aren't buying WWE because of Vince McMahon. Listen, if somebody wants to spend billions of dollars on WWE, they're going to do it. And if they don't want to spend billions of dollars on WWE, they're not going to do it. If they see it as a business, because again, it's a business. If they see it as a business where they can recoup their money and make more, they are going to buy the WWE. And if they don't feel that way, they're not going to. I don't think it matters who's in charge, who runs creative, or anything like that. At the end of the day, money, bottom line, that's what matters. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think Triple H is running creative or Vince McMahon? I would love to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section down below.